For the Charlie Kirk preliminary hearing for the suspect in his murder, we are being presented with an either-or situation. I'm Tatiana Prophet with Back to Facts. I'm an award-winning journalist. So it's either Tyler Robinson was a patsy and had nothing to do with the assassination, or he acted alone. But just like with the attempted assassination of President Trump, we aren't considering a third option. Yes, the person was there. Yes, the person was pointing a gun. Yes, the person in court pulled the trigger. We are lacking in evidence about influence on young, impressionable people where there's someone in the background who was egging them on. Now, it doesn't really seem like the evidence that's been presented so far has even contemplated this possibility. I just think we're asking the wrong questions, and that is not meant as an insult. It took me days to kind of think, oh, wait a minute. What about people who groom those who commit violence? I mean, Charles Manson was actually the original groomer, right? It's just everybody thought he was a crazy cult leader. There is a very credible book that came out in the last 2 or 3 years called Chaos by Tom O'Neill. This guy went to do like an anniversary piece on the Manson murders for Premiere magazine and ended up with this book. It doesn't draw the conclusions for you. It shows you how Manson was very much in the federal penal system from a very early age. And if you put the pieces of the puzzle together, his parole officer, as well as the doctor he was seeing in the Castro district in San Francisco, seemed to kind of give him a pass. I mean, he wasn't even supposed to leave Los Angeles, but he made it up to the Castro just in time for the Summer of Love, and gained a whole bunch of followers, then came back down, was apprehended more than once, or his followers were, and they were also on probation, and they were let go. The book goes through the kind of information that often gets missed with these sorts of puzzling crimes. I would go one step further and say that we now have very credible information that certain people within our influential social infrastructure, including government, non-government, were administering LSD to people, whether knowingly or unknowingly. They were monitoring them and studying them. So it's very likely that Manson was one of those people. So we go from, wow, a guy can get convicted of murder just simply by suggesting it or ordering someone to do it. That's crazy. And all this time we've been thinking, those crazy cults. Now, I'm not saying that a cult or the entire topic shouldn't be discussed. What I'm saying is it's even deeper than that. It's how can we influence someone to influence others? How can we implant false memories in people? This is all part of the book. But I think it's pretty safe to say that they didn't act alone. If the evidence shows these individuals at the scene, just like any other crime, I think it's pretty reasonable to look at not only influence, but psychedelic influence. Look at the whole government program. Do I think it was an inside job? What does that even mean? We know that our government is multifaceted and very big. Therefore, when people say the deep state, it's not some kind of shadowy term. It's actually an operative, very practical term to describe people who've been in government for most of their adult life, who weren't elected, and who are furthering a certain agenda. And that goes for the intelligence agencies as well. And I think we've woken up to the fact that those who've made Freedom of Information Act requests often get denied on the grounds of national security. But that system is not transparent. Who is to say it's national security? And that is why the intelligence agencies do not discuss this sort of thing. But we have enough evidence now to look further, do some more digging, and demand that all of the information be used at the trial. What are your thoughts? I can't wait to read them in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and above all, keep calm and share complete facts. And I look forward to seeing you soon.